everyone. Today I'm going to continue my visit to Nashville and Middle Tennessee with a visit to the Hendersonville Memory Gardens here in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This cemetery is a rather large one, and there's a lot of notable people resting here, including Johnny and June Carter Cash and several members of the Carter family, along with Grand Ole Opry stars Charlie Walker, Gene Shepard, and Johnny Russell, just to name a few. I'm going to begin my visit here at the Mausoleum. As mausoleums go, this is a rather small one, and I was able to find the crypts that I was looking for pretty quick. Just walk in the front doors and look to the crypts on the left wall. Here, we find the final resting place of Grand Ole Opry stars Johnny Russell, Charlie Walker, and actor-singer Sheb Wooley. Johnny Russell was born on January 23, 1940 in Moorhead, Mississippi. He lived there until he was 11 years old. That's when his family moved to Fresno, California. While attending Fresno High School, he began writing songs and entering local talent competitions. In 1958, shortly after graduating from high school, his song, "In a Mansion Stands My Love," was published and recorded by Jim Reeves. Johnny eventually found his way to Nashville, where he was recognized as a prolific songwriter and later as a first-rate entertainer. In Nashville, he wrote and performed a number of his own songs, like "The Baptism of Jesse Taylor," "Catfish John," and his best-known hits, "Act Naturally," and of course, "Rednecks, White Sox," and "Blue Ribbon Beer." Johnny was fond of telling the story that he was once told "Act Naturally" would never make it. But over the years, it was recorded by such stars as Buck Owens, Loretta Lynn, and the Beatles. He always said, "Act Naturally made this old fat boy rich." In 1985, Johnny Russell became a member of the Grand Ole Opry, and over the years, he became one of the Opry's most faithful and popular performers. Johnny weighed well over 300 pounds and would often make fun of his large size by beginning his performances by asking the audience, "Can y'all see me all right?" He was known throughout Nashville and the country music community as the big man with the big heart. Everyone that knew Johnny said that he was the most unselfish man they had ever met. He was the same person on stage as he was off, and he was loved by everyone who ever met him. Johnny suffered from diabetes, which was complicated by his weight. By April 2001, the illness was taking its toll, and he had to have both legs amputated. A few weeks later, on July 3, 2001, Johnny Russell died at the age of 61. Just to the right of Johnny Russell is the crypt of singer-actor Sheb Wooley, who is probably best known for his #1 hit song, "The Purple People Eater." Shelby Frederick Wooley was born on April 10, 1921 in Eric, Oklahoma, which just happens to be the home of another country music star, Roger Miller. Being raised in Oklahoma, Sheb learned to ride a horse at an early age and worked as a cowboy on area ranches. As a teen, he discovered a talent for music, joining the Plainview Melody Boys, playing for local events and on KASA radio in nearby Elk City, Oklahoma. I told you that Eric was also the home of Roger Miller, and in 1940, Sheb married Roger's cousin, Melva. The two later divorced, and Sheb moved to Fort Worth, Texas, taking a job in the oil industry and playing part-time with various local bands. In Fort Worth, Sheb married Edna Bunt, and in 1950 they moved to Hollywood, California, where Sheb began acting and singing in the movies and on TV. Sheb enjoyed steady work in Hollywood, taking parts on such shows as The Lone Ranger, Cheyenne, and Wyatt Earp. But his big break came when he was cast in a recurring role on the long-running Western Rawhide, where he wrote and directed several episodes. He also appeared in several notable movies, including Giant, The Outlaw Josie Wales, Silverado, and Hoosiers, where he played the role of Cletus Summers, the high school principal that hired Norman Dale, played by Gene Hackman. Sheb is perhaps best known for his hit song, The Purple People Eater, a novelty song that reached number 1 on the Billboard charts in 1958. Later on, Sheb moved from Hollywood to Nashville, where he joined the cast of the popular country variety show Hee Haw, appearing as the drunken songwriter named Ben Coulter. Not many people know it, but Sheb Wooley actually wrote the theme song for Hee Haw. In 1996, Sheb was diagnosed with leukemia. He continued to perform until 1999, when he was forced to retire. After a 7-year battle with the disease, Sheb Wooley passed away at the age of 82 on September 16, 2003. Just a few steps to the right of Johnny Russell and Sheb Wooley is the final resting place of Grand Ole Opry star Charlie Walker. Charlie Levi Walker was born on November 2nd, 1926 in Cokeville, Texas. When he was 23, he joined Bill Boyd's Cowboy Ramblers, and during World War II, he served as a disc jockey on the Armed Forces Radio Network. After the war, he continued to work as a disc jockey for the next 12 years before signing with Decca Records, where he had his first hit, Only You, Only You. He later signed with Columbia Records, where he had his biggest hit, Pick Me Up, On Your Way Down, which reached number 2 on the country charts in 1958. In 1967, he joined the cast of the Grand Ole Opry and never left. For 40 years, Charlie Walker was a regular feature on both the Friday and Saturday Night Opry. During his 50-year career in country music, Charlie had a number of popular songs, including Pick Me Up on Your Way Down, Don't Squeeze My Charmin', and Honky Tonk Women. In 2007, Charlie was diagnosed with cancer, the disease that would claim his life, on September the 12th, 2008. He was 81 years old. While I was here in the mausoleum, another visitor pointed out a couple of other notable people that are resting here. One is directly below the crypts of Johnny Russell and Sheb Wooley. Here we find the crypt of Maybornaxton. I must admit I didn't know anything about her, but that's my shortcoming, as she was quite well known throughout the Nashville music scene. Mayborn was a native of Oklahoma. She attended the University of Oklahoma, earning a degree in journalism and teaching. In 1934, she married John Axton, and the couple had 2 children, John B. Axton, who became an attorney, and Hoyt Axton, a well-known actor and country music star. Mae became well known in Music City, where she was known as the Queen Mother of Nashville. She was a prolific songwriter and is credited with writing more than 200 songs, including Elvis Presley's hit Heartbreak Hotel. Over the years, Mae worked with all of Nashville's biggest stars, including Mel Tillis, Willie Nelson, Eddie Arnold, and Blake Shelton, just to name a few. Mae Axton died of a heart attack at the age of 82 on April 9th, 1997. The gentleman that I was talking to pointed out another notable person resting in a crypt directly across the room from the others here in the mausoleum. Here, on the opposite wall, we find the final resting place of Howard Jenkins. Howard is best known for being the older brother of country music superstar Conway Twitty. In the 1940s, he and his brother formed a group called the Phillips County Ramblers and had their own show every Saturday morning on radio station KFFA in Helena, Arkansas. Later on, Howard joined Conway on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry as a member of his band, the Twitty Birds. Howard was only 61 years old when he passed away on September 23rd, 1996. Well, this is where I'm going to end this video, but we still have a lot more to come from the Hendersonville Memory Gardens. So if you want to be notified when those videos are posted, be sure to ring that bell and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. If you have a favorite memory of any of the people that we visited today, be sure to leave me a comment. I always enjoy your personal stories. So, until next time, remember, life is a journey. Be sure to take time and enjoy it. And I'll see you down the road. So long, everyone.